So that's a very important thing to understand about freezing. You do have to do something to knock out the ripening enzymes. Yes?
One last question. If you want to plant cover crops to get your soil nice and healthy and lots of organic material, where can you buy like buckwheat seeds and red clover seeds?
Man, I wish I knew. I ordered some hairy vetch one time from Johnny's, but it was really expensive and it didn't go very far. So that's really a good question, and I probably need to do some more research on that because I don't know. But that's a great idea in terms of enhancing the soil. And so mostly I just have a cover crop with weeds, which isn't as good because you're always putting the weed seed back into the soil every time you root them. So I don't have an answer for that one.
Do you do a compost?
Oh yes, I compost year round. I have actually a compost bin outside my kitchen door. All the vegetable stuff goes in there, and my eggshells.
And it doesn't smell right to your house?
It does not. But boy, in the summer I get some wicked fruit fly populations.
I would think that doesn't get in your house and stuff.
I mean, well,
right
fruit flies are a bit of an issue, but no, it doesn't. Well, this time of year it's all frozen, so
right.
It definitely doesn't smell this time of year. It really, because it's contained, it's all covered up. So you get a whiff when you open it up, but you get used to it. And I talked about this. I talked about this last session too, because we all get so worked up about pesticides, which probably don't need to be quite as worked up about because most of the pesticides that used in this country really do break down after a couple of days, and if somebody's reading the label, they're not going to be spraying your fruit within the window where they shouldn't. All the labels say do not spray within 3 days of harvest or whatever. Imported fruit, all bets are off. But we're never going to get rid of pesticides until we all learn to use our knife to cut the worms out, because that's the problem. The problem is we all want perfect produce. I have had this experience where I cannot give away for free produce that is damaged even slightly. People will not take it. So until you learn to use your knife, we're not going to get away from pesticides. So,
Makes a lot of sense.
So I learned to use my knife because I got bugs and everything all summer long. Pick it off, go on with your life. Thanks for coming. You may now go out and enjoy some of my heirloom beans.
3 things that I am supposed to remind you about tonight. Number 1, we want to thank Conscious Cup for they donated coffee that was out in the front. So if you like their coffee, please contact them there. I want to give a little shout out. I'm going to go off script just a little bit here. I want to thank our presenters, and I appreciate the time that they spent. I saw 2 of the presentations, plus the readers group, and I thought they were wonderful. So, we want to remind you that you had feedback forms. Please fill out those feedback forms before you leave. Remember, we want you to rate how we did tonight, as well as we want you to let us know if there's anything we need to do for the next event. And you know what? I'm drawing a blank. There's one more. Oh, that's right. On the back of that feedback form, if you want to know about other things that are going on at the college, please put your contact email information on there. And we're more than happy to send you out all the exciting things that were going on in the college, that goes on in the college on a regular basis. Okay, so without further ado, we have Chef Thomas and Chef Tina are going to do a cooking demonstration or a food demonstration using locally grown food. So take it away.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There's only 2 people here for Verizon. That's pretty sad. But anyways, welcome to AMCC. My name is Chef Thomas Kartenegger. Actually, it's only Thomas Kartenegger. The chef is actually a title. Some people mix that up. We have for you today something very special. I am supposed to cover, and I always say supposed even with my students because you never know where I'm going with this. I might end up talking about cars. But I'm supposed to talk about homegrown products and also where you can get them. Right? Is that what the program is? I think I am. So, I've worked with a lot of really good products over the last 15 years. And it's really unbelievable because I did start cooking when I was 5 because I'm only 20. That was a good joke. But anyway, I actually had the privilege to get some beans from one of our instructors here who grows them actually really at home. Professor. Everybody should give her a hand because it makes really a huge difference where you get the produce from. So if you go to the store and you think you're getting really good produce or even organic stuff, there's nothing better than just homegrown. By sign of hand, who has a yard at home? Who has a balcony at home? Okay, good. So all of you can grow. Okay, you can actually also grow inside the house without a whole lot of dirt. There's these fancy upside down strawberries and tomato plants. Did you ever see this? Upside down? It's crazy. But here we have today 6 different beans. And they have actually very interesting names. And I'm actually going to give you some testing tubes through, just to look at. You don't have to do anything. Don't get nervous. It's not like something crazy. But I actually want to make sure that you see these beans. And I only give her 1 per table, so you can actually see how this looks. This is actually dried beans from the yard. That means they grow in hot, and then you dry them, and you can store them. So you can eat them in the winter, because obviously right now you won't have carrots, you won't have greens, any greens, because this is Illinois and nothing grows pretty much between what, like I don't even want to say it because it's freezing here, so otherwise I'm going to get yelled at. So we have taken these beans, which were dried, they were grown here, dried. We reconstituted with water overnight, and then we cooked them, and we infused them with liquids. That means when they were soaking, we actually used something else than water. We used stocks, homemade stocks, vegetable stocks. Everything what is in this beautiful, I call it the bento bean box, if you will, about taste, is vegetarian, okay? So for all of you who do not like to eat meat every day, which would be a good thing to stop eating meat every day, this is actually a really good treat. Now the 6 different recipes are printed out recipe cards here. You can pick those up in a second. Actually, maybe I'll give them out to you. This is a huge group. I thought I'm only cooking for 5 people today. But these 6 salads have been done by our culinary students in the high school. So we have dual credit students. So I don't think anybody is here, but I'm just going to start. I think they did a great job. So while I'm going to give you out these bento boxes, so you don't have to run up here. I'm going to start moving them this way. Tina's going to tell a little bit about farmers market. This is actually the area which is important for us to understand for you, that there's a way to get vegetables and produce you don't want to grow at home, or you can't grow at home locally. And it does make a big difference in taste and in quality. Okay, so maybe Tina, you can share a little bit about that.
Do a lot of people visit farmers markets in the summertime? Has anyone visited the Huntley Farmers Market? From the beginning? No one from the beginning? Well, then you wouldn't remember. The first year of the Huntley Farmers Market, I participated in as my own company. And I have to tell you, it's so nice to see some of these smaller towns starting to do this, and starting to see stuff that's grown literally in people's backyards and being able to be sold. I highly recommend you start looking around. I think one of the biggest concerns for some people is that they think that a farmer's market is going to be expensive, but I think you have to look at the value of what you're getting as well and kind of shop around. Does everyone know there's one in Woodstock? Huntley has one, Algonquin has one, Grays Lake, Slough. There's a ton of farmers markets in the area, and there's a ton of information on the internet where you can find the hours. And what's nice is some of them are on Fridays, some of them are on Thursdays, some of them are Wednesdays, Saturdays. So you can kind of rotate around and go to several of them.